Let's critique Enes Yalmazur's mansion tour of Villa Siena Part 3. So if you decide to buy, design, or build a property yourself, you won't make the same mistakes. Let's watch this one together.
We have the elevator landing, and the door here opens up to the primary bedroom. And before you walk in, you also see the biometric reader here, making sure that you are the person that is supposed to be staying in this room.
This is really interesting because Artie always turns the entire primary bedroom in all his properties to a safe.
Primary sleeping quarters. This is all protected by a biometric system. The entire house is keyless.
You have this biometric door lock systems for the entrance, but you also have a separate one for your primary bedroom, meaning if you go on vacation, you don't need to move everything to a safe. You just lock up, set a timer, whatever you have to do on the primary door, and you're good to go.
The entry of this room takes you to the different sections of the primary bedroom suite. To my right, we have the elevator landing. The door here opens up to the back section of the walk-in closet, and this walk-in closet is phenomenal. We're gonna see that later. If you go straight, you can go to the bathroom, but we want to take everybody this way so we can check out the bedroom itself, which is phenomenal. We have the entire corner opening up. Seamless transition to the outdoors where we have the terrace dedicated to the primary bedroom. Bed is anchored right in the center of the room.
Okay, this is so similar to the 𝗓𝗏 mansion he built and sold for $88 million. And I'm really glad to see that when it comes to the primary bedroom, he's kind of, summered down his design where he's not introducing that third or fourth texture or element or material. He's keeping it very simple, 2 to 3 different elements. But most striking resemblance here is how the bed sits in the middle of the room with a retractable ceiling on top that opens up. And then you have a bench right behind it for like romantic moment by the fireplace, just chilling, right? Very, very similar layout. It's really smart to not change much. It worked there, it's gonna work here too.
We got a gorgeous linear fireplace here with a natural stone surround and a built-in seating area. Now, it may seem interesting to have the fireplace on the back side of the bed, but when you understand the intention and design behind it, it makes perfect sense. We have the built-in seating here that can easily turn into a daybed. Now you have the fireplace on the other side.
Okay, the daybed just doesn't look so pretty when it opens up. But I think what Artie's going over here is, again, that barefoot luxury, right? Like, let's get on the floor. Doesn't matter how wealthy we are. And this little bench exactly does that. It just tells that, especially the bachelor buyer, that, look, you could, go on a date, meet someone really special, and before you go on the bed, you could have a moment on the floor next to the fireplace overlooking the stars and see if that kind of leads to a moment on the bed, right? This opportunity for the ultra rich to showcase how down to earth they are is the selling point of this sofa.
You can also open up this massive motorized skylight that is above us. In fact, Corey, let's hit it. Now you're truly immersing yourself to the outdoors and you can simply look up to the sky.
Now, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced sleeping outside, like in your house. I have a weird story about this and don't feel bad for me because I had a great childhood, but I was born during the Iran and Iraq war. When I was born, Iran was already on year 2 of the war. So I was born into the war, and I didn't know what really peace was till I was 6. So we had constant bombardment, Scud missiles flying over from Iraq, and they would kind of go in barrages. So it would be quiet for a year, and then you would have 2-3 months of just rockets coming over, right? During those times, we would sleep outside many, many times. And this is one of the best memories of my childhood. It was so exciting. So they would say okay, the Iraqis are attacking, and I would be like, yes, grab your pillows and blankets, and we will either go to the roof or in the backyard and just sleep, outdoors. And this moment is literally that reflection, that ultra luxury version of these memories that I've had from a very, very early childhood when I was maybe 3 to maybe 5 or 6, right? So I connect with this extremely well. I think being able to do that from the luxury of your own bed, and you don't have to actually go outside. You can open it, maybe set it on a timer, and when you fall asleep, it will automatically close and, do the shades as well. Is brilliant. Is absolutely brilliant.
It looks very exquisite, and let's not forget your viewing experience. That's why they have a pop-up TV here. But if you want to take it a step further, we have a drop-down screen that's above us.
So, like, what would be, like, the difference? I don't get it. Like, is it that much difference? Like, no, this movie we have to watch on the screen. Like, no, the TV is just not going to do it justice. Or is it to watch two different things in bed? I don't know. It's just, it's not necessary. But again, I'm not surprised. Already goes all out, right? Gives you all the options.
Just like the other bedroom suites, the blackout shades come from behind the wall, so it's not obstructing any of your views. You can just simply have this space open, flowing to the outdoors. In fact, I actually want to take everybody this way so we can check out this cozy seating area for the primary bedroom.
I really like how the seating area is completely separated. I prefer it this way as to having like one really large room where there's a section of it is just a seating area. You kind of, in the ultra luxury, you want the primary suite experience to have a living room, a kitchenette, a bedroom, obviously, his and her closet, and bathrooms and showers. But most often the living room is either kind of a corridor going to the bed or is just part of the bedroom, right? To have this kind of pocketed out, it's an actual place that you would hang out in. It's not just kind of, the hallway.
This section is also very cozy, intimate, and it flows to this outdoor terrace. Now, to my left, we have a koi pond here with a fire pit, and this is the section that we saw down at the family room.
So it looks pretty cheesy from this angle. Again, like, you have all these pipes and then you're wrapping leaves around it. It's just not the cleanest look. And what is this, like, line going across? Wrapping pipes with fake plants is not my ideal idea of kind of luxury. And what it could do is, when everything else is so exquisite, if someone sees that and they're like, wait a minute, like, that looks really like, Mickey Mouse construction going on over there. And it kind of questions the rest of the house.
It's a great size outdoor terrace with multiple different seating and lounging areas. You can look down to your grounds, enjoy the views of the city.
What would you rate this view? I'll give it a 2 or a 3. It's pretty wide open. It's semi-panoramic. But what are we looking at exactly? It's like treetop, right? You see some buildings. None of them have an actual historical, they're not a focal point, right? They're just regular buildings. There's 20% view out of, 180-degree angle that you have of a couple buildings. The rest are treetops. It's just the fact that it's open, it's green, it's a plus, and it's wide, it's a plus. But again, it's a 2, 2.5, 3 out of 10.
Now, I want to take everybody this way. Just like the rest of this floor, we also have the outdoor blinds here. And Cody, can we frame the bedroom one more time? Again, this king-size bed looks so beautiful. I love the fact that we have a motorized skylight here, opening up this entire space.
Do you see how this palette is so much more elegant than all the other rooms we've covered in, part 1 and part 2? It's when you simplify it, when you refine the palette, right? And don't introduce too many materials, it makes the space look so much more earthy, elegant, timeless.
I want to take everybody this way. We have a really exciting space ahead of us. Behind this pocket door, we have the primary bathroom. And let me tell you, we have so many details to cover here. It's a room on its own. We have a seating area in the center.
Look at this again. How many materials do you see? Again, I'm going to go back to this to kind of make sure you know and understand the difference between using 2 material and 3 different material. What a big change it could make. In this picture, in this frame, 1 type of stone, right? It's using columns and on the floor, and then 2 different shades of wood that are very similar in tone. And that's it. There's nothing more. And this is elegant. But if you introduce 1 more element, it would make it too busy. It's that small of a shift that could really send things in the wrong direction. Now, Artie's really good. Like when he's going off beat, he just adds one extra element. A lot of developers just throw 6, 7 elements at the same time, right? Which really makes it look cheesy and just luxury wannabe.
We have a marble freestanding tub taking advantage of this corner, and we also have the exterior blinds on right now, and with a push of a button, obviously you can close them and have the ultimate privacy you need in this bathroom. In fact, the next space I want to show everyone is the walk-in shower, and the moment you turn on one of the fixtures here, these blinds automatically close to provide you that privacy. You don't even have to think about it, which is a nice synchronization.
What if you just don't want that? Like you're forced, like the blinds are going to close automatically, or maybe if they're down, they will close automatically. You can just put them up and then you can, I don't think anyone can see you in this, because this is one of the best things about this property. It's super, super private. We covered that in part 2.
Now this shower truly has it all. We have handheld, steam feature, body fixtures, your shampoo niche, which is this really cool lighting element, your regular shower head, and then we have 2 rain heads above us. And if that's not enough for you, there's also a glass door here opening up to an outdoor shower. But my favorite detail within the shower are these stone benches that are hand chiseled, bringing that organic, natural element.
Do you look like a sacrifice table, right? It's like a place where you bring a sheep and say, God, forgive my sins, and you chop the head off. Right? It's like a sacrificial ritual stone at an Inca temple.
Now, Ǩudi, let's take everybody back into the bathroom because I want to quickly go to the other side. We have 2 glass enclosed water closets, and the first closet is actually situated on this side. Let's go right in. Gorgeous island.
I know what you're thinking, Arvin. Even Artie has put LED lights behind Onyx. What is the difference? How come this kind of looks cool where the one you reviewed in the Malibu property looks so cheesy?
Even within the cabinetry, you have backlighting.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The difference is not overusing it and not lighting it up to the maximum level. Pay attention to how this Onyx has been backlit. First of all, it's a beautiful Onyx where it already naturally has a yellow tone in it, okay? By putting an LED behind it and not at the maximum light capacity, then you're just exaggerating the elements within the stone itself to give it a glow. But most importantly, he's freaking using it in the primary men closet. That's it. Maybe like as a small accent in a couple other areas of the house. You don't turn the whole entire house on making an Onyx backlit walls after walls after walls, right?
Now on the other side, we have this elevated section here with these 2 columns, and on the back of the columns, they have these open shelves that are LED LED. Now I want to acknowledge these columns because these are really nice touches to this bathroom, and I just love the stone, the vein structure, and the fabrication here. And then you step up to the elevated section, and we have 2 Onyx fabricated vanities here. These vanities are so elegant, timeless.
Okay, it's kind of on the smaller side, the vanities, right? They're not that big. You don't have that much space. I mean, I appreciate the fact that you have shelving behind you. It's a little bit neglected. Again, not a huge deal. I think it's executed really nice, but it seems like he's kind of running into a little bit of square footage problem to make sure he fits everything in, and he had to make a sacrifice here.
The doors behind me open up to the main closet of this bedroom, and it is absolutely stunning. Let me take everybody in. This space is a show of its own. I mean, where do I begin with the details? Look at this oversized island with this backlit stone and the vein structure. Then we have this gorgeous light fixture, wood plank ceilings, modern cabinetry with glass fronts.
Okay, exquisite Hearst closet, right? What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful closet. Again, he uses backlit over here for the Onyx, but again, it looks natural. Like at least in this light setting when everything else is on, it looks natural. It doesn't look out of place. It doesn't look showy. It doesn't look cheap. and the light underneath it is at a level where it's not making it look fake. But just the design, it looks like a really ultra high-end boutique. The chandelier coming into that table, that's gonna get hit all the time. I mean, that's gonna like, it looks cool optically, but in practical terms, you're putting on a jacket, you're swinging your arm, you're gonna hit that chandelier with your bags or clothes for sure. I don't think it was the right choice here.
Before I go into more details, Cody, can we actually pan towards this side?
Yep.
Remember that quaint balcony that I mentioned by the upper kitchen? It's actually right here. You just have this cool moment straight from your primary closet.
Okay, again, he creates these moments that this is kind of a match for the thing he has on the rooftop in most of these properties. Again, that kind of a French greenhouse that he's found somewhere in France, and he's, you know, or replicates it and brings it in. Really cool.
And then you look around, the mood lighting, the cabinetry, how everything complements each other. It really is an experience to walk this space and utilize it. Now, you have this curved wall design.
Look at this, like it looks like a shoe store, like an ultra high-end, like Chanel shoes section at a boutique. It's gorgeous. It's so nice.
When you're ready, you come over to this side. It's like a little seating nook. You have a three-sided mirror that I'm going to show in a second, but first, I want to take everybody to this side because we have a really cool surprise. There's an additional closet here that actually opens up straight to your bathroom.
Oh my God, like that wasn't enough? How much closet do you have? This is one of the biggest closets I've ever seen, like a hair closet. Because the main one was huge. You have another one, really impressive, very impressive, but also a lot of seating areas. Like when you think about why the location, why the sink area was so small, is because you had a massive seating area in the shower section. There's a lot of different lounge spaces, and it's really like, it's a massive amount of square footage that he's dedicated to his primary, which is rightfully so. It's really good idea to do so. Because, you know, they pretty much, you want to have a sustained living quarters.
Great area for you to separate your clothes that you're currently wearing right now versus clothes that you may not be actively wearing at the moment. So it can create a nice separation between your wardrobes. And I mean, who doesn't want more storage and cabinetry space?
Brilliant. I think seasonal closet is a very well term for it. You don't have to have your winter jackets in the basement somewhere. You know, you can have everything in the primary. You just rotate them when the season changes.
Let's continue our tour because we have more to see. Welcome to the Glam room. I know, this is really exciting. I mean, what a fantastic space for you to try some clothes on, get ready for your day or your night. And it's designed really efficiently where you have some open shelving here where you can hang your clothes. The cabinetry looks stunning. And then on the other side, you have your makeup area.
Okay, this is really impressive. Like everything is thought out. But the primary suite is like 90% for her, 10% for him. Like she's taking all the square footage over here, which is fine. You should do that because guys typically don't need much.
Why don't I take everybody here, open up these glass doors so we can take a look at the staircase here. This is that little Juliet balcony that we've been seeing throughout the tour.
What a beautiful staircase. This is actually kind of useful. Like you'll be down there, you're like, babe, are you ready? And she's out. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm still not ready. Should I wear this or that? You know? Cool. Again, it's cool to have an access viewpoint to the staircase because it's such a piece of art. To be able to look at it, it's awesome.
I'm going to quickly close the doors here, continue to the next section. I mean, how nice that your Glam room comes with a hair washing station as well. This is where you can have your hair treatments done. And going this way, we also have a really nice coffee/wine bar.
There you go. This is good. All complete. Like you got everything knocked out of the park. You got 3 different closets. You got all different types of, you know, showers and washing stations for hair, executed in a very elegant way. It's perfect. Amazing primary. I would say 10 out of 10.
Welcome to the top floor of this property where we have an amazing rooftop deck. But before we go outside, I actually want to cover some of the details here at the landing. We have a glass roof above us bringing natural light, and the same curved lines that we've been seeing throughout the property is also featured here, and I really like the design of the ceiling.
So this is so unique, you know, like on the rooftop where most developers would just kind of make it square shaped roof, he's decided to give that wave look to it, to just have that continuity of like no straight lines, right? Like kind of nature blending in with the nature, and it's brilliant. It's really, really cool. And this space is pretty much the landing area. It's kind of good if it starts raining, you know, you would be running over here, which it never happens in Los Angeles. But again, it has that purpose, right? Like, so we don't open up and you're straight up into the, you know, rooftop. There's a little protection area, and then you go outside.
And what makes this space so fun is the fact that we have a massive hangar door here, opening up this enclosed space to the outdoors. I mean, the span is fantastic. These doors are all steel framed.
Okay, the hangar door is super cool, but I love this dining table. It's so cool looking. But yeah, like when you open up the hangar door, it's just kind of creates this landing area to be part of the whole space. So the flow would be much, much better. Fantastic.
And it opens up this landing area to this over 12,000 square foot rooftop terrace, which is absolutely phenomenal. And we're gonna see so many different areas, moments for you to enjoy. Now, the first space we have in front of us is the dance floor. And the floor design here is actually a massive screen, which makes your experience that much more intuitive.
So again, this is a fantastic area. I think this would be the best area if you're throwing a party. It's in your nature, you're outside, you still have water features around you, you have a little bit better views. It's certainly better than the basement. I really feel like the basement garage level is for like a late night party after hours, shall we say. Or just the backyard is fantastic for throwing more of a family get-together parties, right? Where you're not worried about the height, you're not about people coming into the property. They can just enter to the property, to the backyard, and really enjoy the space.
We have this elevated section with a future pool, and there's a nice outdoor seating area here with a fire pit. And the views you get from this section are phenomenal.
They're not that good, okay? This is not a view property, even from the rooftop. You have a view of the golf course. I would adjust my score from this floor to maybe a 4.
Now we have the first outdoor seating area here. I'm going to keep our tour nice and fast.
I love the olive trees. I love how there's so many different nooks in there where people can hang out. I would have also kind of liked to see one bigger space where everyone could congregate, like an outdoor dining, right? That would have been kind of cool.
Then on the back, we have an outdoor kitchen with a gas grill, pizza oven, bar seating, and this is your outdoor dining area.
Okay, I'm glad it has a dining table. It's not the biggest dining table for the size of the house. I'm glad they have one, and when you add up the seating area by the barbecue area, maybe it's enough. But there's one big flaw with this rooftop. Pay attention to see if you can spot it. I will tell you guys in a few minutes.
And the same theme continues on the right wing, where we have multiple different areas, moments for you to enjoy. Another outdoor lounging area.
Like in a small setting, if you go to the rooftop, like which seating area are you going to choose? It would be so hard because they're so similar. It could be great for a very big, large party, but it's just a little bit of redundant. So there's a lot of seating areas. And I feel like I would have liked to see more interactive games because we really haven't had a tennis court, a billiard room, a proper game room.
And then we have this elevated section with this antique glass enclosure.
Okay, this is by far the coolest sitting area, and he repeats this in all his properties. It's beautiful. Really, really cool. Probably my favorite place on the roof so far. It just has so much character, and the fact that it's enclosed, it kind of makes it feel special and protected and cozy. I really like it.
So they created this really cool, cozy, quaint seating area. And California nights can get cold.
It doesn't really. Like California nights could get cold for people who live in California, but California nights are not cold for anyone living in a colder climate. It's still warm.
Now, Ǩudi, why don't you stay there so we can continue our tour because you have a fantastic perspective. Another outdoor screen.
Like, I don't know why you would put an outdoor screen there. Like, you feel like there was a big wall. They didn't know what to do with it. They just put an outdoor screen on it. Like, how often you need outdoor screens, especially that big? It's bigger than the freaking bar right next to it. It's excessive. Again, I would have much rather had functionality. Now, did you notice the flaw about the property, about the rooftop? The biggest flaw with the rooftop is that your neighbor next door behind you, depending on how many floors he's gonna build and how close he's gonna be to your property line, he's gonna have a direct look into your rooftop, not your backyard, because your house is going to protect the backyard. He's not going to get a clear angle. But that is one of the biggest downfalls with this rooftop.
Then we have a really nice bar area here with additional seating, and around the corner we have a full bathroom with a walk-in shower.
Okay, he's kind of tiled it out over here, right? He didn't go super high end for the rooftop bathroom. It's okay. We can forgive him on this one.
We have another spacious lounging area with a fire pit. I mean, there are so many fire features in this property. And then you step up to this section where we have the shallow pool and this incredible jacuzzi.
This is so cheesy. It's like, it reminds me of Mirage in Las Vegas. Like, is this gonna erupt? Like, are we gonna have a volcano eruption over here? I don't like this. Like, gimmicky, see-through plexiglass elements. It's just not a luxury material, right? It's not a luxury material to use in a luxury home. I like how it's positioned in this kind of a very shallow pool where like you can kind of just lay in there and just keep yourself wet so as you're tanning. But it just looks odd. It just looks really weird and cheap.
And then we have another one of these sunsails that are motorized. And to complement the entire ambiance here, you have this water feature.
Again, you know how difficult it would be getting in and out of that? It would be a safety hazard if a kid falls into there. Like, how are you going to get the kid out? Again, I think there's good reason for it to be in ground. It just makes it easier to come out of it.
To the other side, and we have different areas here for you to enjoy. First, you get this cozy seating area.
This is like the smoker section. This is all the smokers. They'll move them over here, put some ashtray smoke over here.
And then going this way, you have your Buddha sculpture, cold plunge, sauna.
Look, I think I have the same cold plunge. This is the same.
We have an endless pool here. This pool was designed by Michael Phelps.
I don't care if Michael Phillip designed this. It looks really cheap. It looks like an older person's bathtub. It's just not luxury whatsoever. And it's really your jacuzzi. Because I wouldn't call that a jacuzzi. That's like a water feature that, you know, it bubbles from the bottom. It should have been custom. It should have been way more, you know, tiled inside. It should have been much, much nicer.
And you have built-in swim against jets. That way you can train here. And then you have the jacuzzi on the other side.
If you really would want to train on something like this should be, you know, in the gym in the basement, right? Not by the entertainment area where people are like, you know, your guests are there and, you know, having fun and everything. It shouldn't be on the rooftop. It should be somewhere in the dungeon.
And lastly, we have the outdoor sauna. Now I'm going to open up the door here because this sauna gets phenomenal views of the golf course, and look how cozy this space is. You have a sauna within your rooftop.
Okay, it's great to have another sauna over here. And you know how I mentioned like the primary bathroom was 90% for her, 10% for him? If you were to kind of give a little bit more percentages to him, it would have been nice to go like, you know, 1585 if in the men's section there was a dry infrared sauna. It would have been actually used a lot more than the roof sauna.
And there's only one thing left for us to do, and that is to see how this property evolves throughout the night.
So dramatic.
How do you feel now that it's all done and you're seeing the end result? You're walking around and experiencing the space. How does it make you feel?
I have a sort of mixed feeling. One is that, okay, what else can we do to make it even better? The other one is that one day will come that it's no longer belongs to us, belongs to someone else.
It's a bit bittersweet.
Definitely bittersweet.
You know what amazes me? If anyone else would have bought this lot, any other developer, we would have never ever been having this discussion today. This would have been just another property that wouldn't even have got time of the day, let alone one of the highest price points for sale in the United States. The only reason that we are even here today, and this is their filming, me here critiquing, is that the developer, Artie, is capable of doing magic. Turning a, you know, 𝗕cy plus lot into the most talked about, the most anticipated, the most beautiful, exciting product in Los Angeles today that appeals to the largest demographic of people who could actually potentially buy it. Now you're thinking, Arvin, so how much is it worth? Is it really worth $177 million? The answer to that is no. I think it's overpriced. You see, it's not that there are not that many good comps around, because I'm about to show you the comps right now. The problem is, because Artie's work and finishes and architecture is so different, that maybe his own products are the best comps. And his own products, which also we will review, have always sold for a significant premium to other products similar to it, based on, square footage, views, and criteria of the building. So let's take a look at a bunch of comps. Now here's Artie's property, and here are the two comps that I think are the best comps. One is his own property, and this one sold for $75 million. And at the time, if I think it was done by any other developer, it would have sold for $50 million max. His finishes and his aesthetics contributed to a 33% increase in the sale price, because it's just so different. And you have to always factor that in for Artie, because it's just, you won't find, it's not like you can go buy another one. You just have to wait for him to build another one, okay? But as far as like when it comes to the numbers and everything, another decent comp is this property. Now, this is a huge, massive property. It's on the right side of the street, as you have a long private driveway. It's this lot, there's two lots actually here combined, and this is the guest house for the same property. So it's really 3 lots, and it sold for $133 million. Now this property is modern, very different aesthetics, okay? And the views are slightly better than Artie's property, and it has a lot more land. But again, the aesthetics of Artie's property is way, way better than that property, if you ask me. And that property sold at a time where the interest rates were much, much lower. So if you want to consult with me on exact price strategy, the link is in the description. And I'm going to put the link of my favorite house done by Artie right over here. I believe this property was better than the one that he just built. It was just more to my taste in Pacific Palisades. Anyways, hats off to Artie, the best developer, best architect in the United States. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.